Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for Tuesday, July 25th, 2017. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. We've seen a steady continuation to the upside. We've seen price push now above the 2464 halves, and we're sitting right above this zone over the last several days, holding just above 2460s. And again, we've been in a very nice continuation to the upside. Now we're in a holding pattern. 2460 is going to be very important. Any push down here with a failure could be another opportunity to squeeze to new highs. So 2460 is the pivot to watch right now. Price is testing recent highs. And we could see a continuation up toward 2500 at some point as this thing continues to push higher. But again, this all holds on 2460 being able to withstand any push into that zone. So any push down there into 2460 could be a great buying opportunity at some point. But right now, the market's pushing higher. Very, very bullish slope on the intraday and pre-market advance. VWAP sloping higher, R3 sloping up, which is indicative of price discovery. So right now, very bullish advance. Pullbacks likely to be defended until proven otherwise. Let's take a look at crude oil. Let's bring up the higher time frame crude. And right here in crude, what you'll notice is we've had quite a bullish advance in overnight pre-market trading. The price has rallied nicely here from the previous session's close of about 46.50 to 47.30. So it's been a nice little continuation to the upside. We had a little pullback here over the last couple of days right into VPOC. And we continue to see the development of an ascending wedge type of pattern here as this thing has higher lows, kind of clear resistance here. So overall, this thing still continues to show strength. I mentioned before, if it can hold above 43.76, the flow is still to the upside. But right now, still coiling up, and it can do anything. It could go either way right now. But the flow is still quietly to the upside at the moment. On an intraday basis, looking at crude, you'll notice how strong the advance is. Again, very similar to the ES here, where we're seeing quite a bit of strength. We're outside of R3, which is a price discovery phase. Q, very nice slope to VWAP as well. So all of this is quite bullish. Again, if there's a failure to hold outside this R3, we might see a rotation back to VWAP, but given the strength of this market, any rotation into VWAP likely to be defended on first test. All right, let's take a look lastly at the NQ. The NQ here, looking at the higher time frame NQ, one thing is clear: this thing has been very, very bullish and is now holding at highs. We haven't really seen much of a rejection to speak of at these highs to suggest that we're coming back this way just yet. The previous session was very quiet for much of the day, and then we saw a strong trend develop. Late in the session, we had a sell-off into the close, and that's what kind of formed that little bit of a tail, but overall doesn't appear to be rejection just yet. We're still holding above the 59.07 half after a bullish move up. Rejection could occur upon a failure to hold above the multiple day range here. So basically, any failure to hold below these recent lows, 58.85, could suggest a pullback toward 57.29. But right now that hasn't happened, and overall this thing remains bullish, and pullbacks and failure to hold below recent support could be a springboard to new highs. So right now we're still watching this development to see how it plays out. On an intraday basis, again, the previous session very bullish, nice trend up after the early quiet behavior here. Very nice continuation. Late in the day, we had a little bit of a pullback, and right now we're seeing a little bit of quiet behavior, comparatively speaking. After the significant rejection up here at 54.75 here late in the day, that could be something to watch here, where if price has trouble getting above these recent support here, we could see that area become absorbed here, and we could see rotations back to value. So right now, not a whole lot to really go on the intraday time frame in the NQ, but quite bullish so far unless prices cannot hold 58.85. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this thing plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck and trade well.